As the last speaker for today, I welcome Nigel Rees. He is Product Director Cloud Services at Allplan and will tell us how cloud technology is revolutionizing the AEC industry. Hi Nigel, welcome.
Hi.
So you're from Wales, so of course the question arises, team soccer or team rugby?
It's a very good question, but I think if you know anything about Wales, it's always team rugby.
It's always team rugby.
Yeah. We've been going through a little bit of misfortune with rugby at the moment, but everyone still supports rugby in Wales.
Wonderful. And now it's your stage.
Okay.
Enjoy
Thank you very much. Excellent. Thank you. Hello and welcome. My name is Nigel Rees, and I am Product Director for Cloud Services here at Allplan. So today, I would like to talk a little bit about how services in the cloud can really make a difference to the way we approach our projects, and also to highlight what we, as Allplan, are doing to create great cloud-based products and workflows to help you disrupt your processes and become more productive and communicative. So often a good place to start when talking about technology in general, but particularly cloud-based technology, is to investigate the benefits this can offer, as it's still quite new in the overall scheme of things. So cloud technology is interesting for sure. It carries with it huge potential. It allows companies like ourselves to bring products to market very quickly in comparison to other methods. And those products can add value to existing products, or they can be standalone in their own right. One thing we know everyone can benefit from is the speed of delivery we can achieve with cloud-based technology, especially when building on existing products. For example, we do not have to wait 12 months to get best-in-class features in your hands. We can do this on a monthly basis, potentially. So the beauty of a cloud-based solution is that it usually brings scalability as well accessibility. A scalable solution should mean a number of things, but at the very least, it should allow the solution to physically grow with the user, whether that means they need more resources or they need to purchase something more for a period of time, for example. Also, being able to access our data from wherever we are gives us the ability to work where we want without any form of data loss. Cloud solutions allow us all to benefit from the latest IT infrastructure as well, without making that upfront investment. So cloud software is developed and delivered on a range of hardware and regularly updated to the latest technology, meaning the end user is always benefiting, minimizing the potential large financial outlays for bespoke server setups, for example. So in this way, cloud computing can really help with cost reduction. And also bear in mind it allows access to higher powered hardware on a temporary basis. This helps everyone, including smaller companies. So in a number of ways, it levels the playing field across all companies, regardless of size. Systems are also very secure. All the infrastructure partners that are powering our solutions have such high demands imposed upon them to maintain and increase security that the fear of data loss through lack of security has disappeared and is more secure than transferring sensitive data by carrying around a pen drive, for example. So the industry is dominated by security protocols and requirements, so the confidence in cloud-based computing security continues to rise. Without doubt, the AEC industry is an interesting place to work, especially in the technology sector. Some would say it's a challenging environment, undergoing a technology transformation, and to a large extent, they would be right. I mean, we do see the landscape as quite complex to navigate, as processes can be different across disciplines. So bringing a one-size-fits-all solution to market is a challenge. For example, we see the reliance on 3D models increasing, and these are still typically used to describe what we should be building, but also a reliance on 2D documentation, which still describes how we build something. So working across these two areas with many different disciplines is interesting. especially when 2D drawings originate outside of a particular 3D model. Bringing these spaces together in a managed way is a challenge, but it's also very beneficial for project disciplines and saves a great deal of effort in communication. So within the AEC industry, we work with highly skilled colleagues, and quite often these workforces are distributed, sometimes just because of discipline, but more often these days due to geography. Increasing cost pressures mean larger companies are outsourcing tasks in the design phase of a project, for example, creating reinforced concrete details. This means that it is vitally important for this work to be shared across multiple teams and also monitored, audited, with a history being maintained. Here we see the need to use cloud-based computing to offer a collaborative space, but a collaborative space that is beyond simple data storage, one that creates an interface to that data and allows the user to communicate and audit the data. For example, for review processes by people who are not specialized in the operation of authoring software, a collaborative space is great for design reviews, especially offering the participants the chance to formally challenge designs or query or request more information. And of course, there is a growing need to maintain all aspects of the digital model to hand over to the next discipline. So for example, after the construction phases of a project, we need to be able to wrap the project content from that phase up and ship it to the next phase. And a further example there being in the operations phase of the building for the clever adoption of digital twin technology. So I think this brings us nicely into looking at how we deal with the cloud within Allplan, and what our vision is for delivering more accessible, specialized tools in the vertical spaces that we operate within, but on top of horizontal platform technology, which allows us to offer productivity functions in the collaborative spaces that I've just been speaking about. And let's not forget the importance of the data that is feeding these systems either. Whilst we deliver solutions that involve multiple disciplines and stakeholders within a project, it means you have access to a greater amount of data. So this is very significant for you, the customer, as the custodians of this data. We want to continue to create environments that harness data and allow you to access this and utilize it when you need to. So within Allplan, we have a very strong desktop presence, covering a wide range of functions, from reinforced concrete to precast concrete, steel fabrication, across to bridge and road, and also analysis and code-based design. So we see our cloud environment as a central repository to collect and manage data. So meaningful workflows can be built to allow seamless use and reuse of this data. And of course, we are constantly scanning the market, interacting with experts, customers within industry and academia to bring new functionality and products to the market on the cloud. And we'll see a little more of this later. So with all that said, we take a little more in-depth look at why we have decided to develop tool sets on the cloud and what motivates us to do so. All the reasons I have mentioned before build up to form the decision-making criteria for us. Building solutions to integrate with our current specialized, mature, and robust market-leading software is a real driver for us. So within Allplan, we see the creation of environments on the cloud as a real driver for change in delivering state-of-the-art technology to our customers and their project partners. Core to our philosophy for many years now has been the concept of open BIM. And we still embrace this with a view to developing workflows that bring in and export data in formats that others can understand. But not only that, we are showing that we are first to market with innovative solutions using open structured technology, taking advantage of the skill sets of others and packaging them within our innovation. This is particularly evident in the Allplan Cloud Viewer that has been released to market at the end of last year. So our philosophy is to always allow you to access, integrate, visualize, display, and share this data in a number of ways, but predominantly by using collaborative spaces. It is of growing importance that different disciplines are able to post data to a central repository in a managed way and also for others in other disciplines to pick up those data points and understand what the implication or effect this will have on their work. And in doing all of this, we have a responsibility to allow you, the user, the ability to access this information easily. This is why all we do is available through extremely user-friendly interfaces written to optimize the functionality of web-based browsers. If you're in the field, on site, in the design office, or working remotely, then you are in control of the processes through familiar environments. We are driven by industry requirements and processes, and for the last 2 decades, we've been working to maximize the efficiencies within the AEC industry on the cloud, whilst paying particular reference to the process we all know as BIM, or Building Information Modeling, to give it its wider phrase. So the history of the BIM process has evolved from manual coordination of paper-based drawings to the creation of these drawings by digital means, sometimes from 3D models, or still sometimes from 2D digital drawings, through to managed environments where we see information attached to model sets within collaborative spaces. But quite often, these are still based on many different file formats. What has driven us over the past years is to create a space for our users that normalizes all the data, that comes into a transactable environment based on understandable data structures. And then this brings us, as Allplan, and for you as a customer, into a level 3 BIM environment, meeting the requirements of the building life cycle. So with Allplan Cloud, we have a robust and mature data platform specifically designed for use across multiple disciplines in the AEC sector. Whether this is architecture, civil engineering, structural engineering, cost management, the list goes on. We address the problem of data silos throughout the projects. Businesses need to move towards becoming more data-centric. This means moving into a world where you create value from your data and treat it as an asset. This will be where you build your differentiators in the market and what separates you from your competitors in the future. A great use case for this is in the area of AI. Open and accessible data structures not only allow us to deliver enhanced productivities, but you also. So we are currently investigating and utilizing AI techniques to make life easier for our customers in conjunction with them. Let's start to put all this into some context again. So Allplan Cloud sits at the very heart of Allplan and will become even more central to the user experience as we move forward, serving tasks anywhere from administration of licenses to learning environments through to operational and functional product lines to assist you with your day-to-day project work. As the Allplan product portfolio grows, then so do the functions that we deliver through the cloud. I mean, in recent months, we have all, I guess, heard about SIA and Frelo joining forces with Allplan. And the great news here is we have worked with these organizations for many years to produce workflows around engineering. So we know we have to be incredibly flexible when dealing with your projects. That is why we have, until this day, always supported the concept of Open BIM, allowing you access to bring data in from outside the Allplan ecosystem. It makes the process stronger and more reliable for you. So we know we do not cover every aspect required within a project, although we do cover a lot. We know that different organizations use different systems in different disciplines. But we also know that by keeping our systems open, then you can represent all the data in one managed, data-centric environment. So we have started to restructure the Allplan offering. You've already listened to me speak about most of the areas where a cloud environment offers definite advantages within the AEC industry. And we are addressing all of these and more within Allplan Cloud. Distributed working, for example, delivered through Allplan Share and Cloud Office resources. Here, users can connect desktop solutions to work remotely from each other with increasing reliability and efficiency. And now it is possible to centrally manage your large project resources also and standardize them on projects. So collaborative spaces and model management. This is a key component and is delivered through BIM+. Collaboration is key to a successful BIM implementation, on a project, along with coordination and communication. Our focus has been on collaboration around models in the past, but now we are bringing new workflows to you that encompass 2D drawings and documentation. Plan distribution. We continue to update our processes around plan distribution, and with Allplan Exchange, you were able to directly export 2D drawing information out to project team members, track revision, and audit the status of drawings through advanced reporting. Connected workflows, automating workflows using many different techniques and across different areas, such as for structural engineers. Here we focus on creation of analytical models from complex authoring models and connecting to many of the industry standard analysis tools in the market, including our own SIA and Freelo tools, other Nemetschek brands such as Risa, and many more besides. We also grow our connection with Allplan Bridge product and host the analysis model that it generates for recycling to other industry standard tools in the market. As well as supporting our own in-house written bridge tools, we support others such as RM Bridge and Midas and Lucis and many others. A new product innovation. Cloud technology is perfect for new product development, as it allows us to deliver quickly and also puts us in front of the latest technology to build tools that can be accessed from anywhere. The new products we bring out will always conform to the project standards required by our users, allowing you to notify others of change, keep data centrally managed and accessible. So what can you expect from us this year? Some things we have delivered on already, and some we are working on for delivery in the near future. So BIM to field is a topic that really spans the specific coordination of data between designers and contractors, principally allowing site engineers to have all the information they require in a manner that makes sense to them in order to make real-time decisions whilst the project, is in construction. But not only this, it is important that these decisions can be communicated to others within the wider project community. So we continue to build out the capabilities such as quantity takeoff, dynamic and single touch measurement that can be delivered to wider project members in slideshow reporting, for example. Digital delivery, management of 2D documentation with a particular focus on bringing this together within the 3D space. Our new overlay manager creates an environment for understanding the 3D model alongside the 2D drawings that are an essential delivery component. By bringing 2D and 3D into one unified space, then our users can always keep different communication types in sync with each other, even if they become detached and distributed through different users and disciplines. We can reconnect the data here. Enhanced workflows. To aid the digital delivery process, we will connect with Bluebeam, delivering a long-anticipated workflow for the market. This means our users will be able to bring 2D documentation into the Allplan workflows from within the Bluebeam Studio project environment. And also, we will now start to bring collaboration to our fabrication market sector by delivering BIM Plus with any subscription purchase of our SDS2 software. This represents a huge leap forward for this industry, bringing specialized models from highly specialized authoring software into the hands of many for check-in, visualizing, and connecting to other software for further processing, such as costing and scheduling. Distributed workflows, we have a very popular and well-used product called Allplan Share. This year, you'll experience more functionality that will make life easier in this space. We will deliver a cloud-based project backup tool, allowing you to schedule backups and retrieve them when requested. And new product development in close communication with our customers, we are bringing to market some new products that will offer huge benefits to our engineering and architectural customers. A new and fully collaborative steel connection design tool, bringing an innovative approach to this problem, including large capabilities and all the benefits of sitting within that collaborative space. And new capability to create structural analytical models from our authoring tools, a cloud-enabled workflow that reads any physical 3D geometrical model and turns it into a model that can be understood by structural analysis modeling tools. And of course, AI, our AI visualizer, which will take model data from our desktop environment and create inspiring, detailed 3D visualizations for the early stage design of structures through the well-tried and tested Stable Diffusion environment. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this gives you an insight into the direction we are taking with our cloud-based solutions, and you agree that they will be able to assist in enhanced efficiencies for your project delivery.
Thank you, Nigel. That was great to see how we can benefit from instant access to tools that can boost collaboration to the next level. Of all the workflows you mentioned, which one is your favorite?
That's a great question. Well, I'm an engineer at heart, so I love to see the workflows being built up so we can go from our desktop authoring tools into the cloud, process those models into different analysis tools. But of course, I really like the fact that we are really making organizations data-centric and data-driven as well.
Thanks, Nigel. It was great to have you here.
Thank you, Petra.
Yes, and I'm sure that you can all agree that was an exciting day one with some deep insight into new trends from leading AEC experts about Allplan strategy and the latest digital innovations. We learned how Allplan 2024 and its growing solution technology stack will support you through superior workflows across building and infrastructure projects. But the Nemetschek Build the Future Allplan Summit is not over yet. Join us again tomorrow for up to 20 more sessions across 3 streams covering the AEC lifecycle. Dig deeper into a range of topics and find solutions for your individual challenges. Simply take a look at the agenda and plan what you'd like to watch tomorrow. We look forward to seeing you again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance.